What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to the channel. So going back to super chill survival rune farming, today we're going to take a look at Act 2. Now, I think most people will agree Act 2 is quite brutal. It seems like it's a tough grind to get those Act 2 runes. With that in mind, although Massacre Hardcore Rifted Mix Mode, like in King difficulty, is the best or highest drop chance of getting those runes, there is a chance that you might want to Netflix and chill it out in survival mode. And when it comes to rune farming, we've got to change our whole mentality versus farming things in-game. Where most items that you're farming in-game, be it a boss weapon or an accessory or whatever, you're looking at how many maps per hour you can get unlocked. So you want to speedrun the maps as quick as possible. When it comes to rune farming, most of the runes are going to just drop from mobs on the ground. So with that in mind, instead of thinking about number of maps per hour to run, you might want to start considering how many mob kills per hour you can get. And I know lots of folks out there will be like, WTF, we hate that map. But there is just no better spot as far as chill grinding semi-AFK or AFK in Act 2 than the Tornado Highlands. It's just got an absolute ton of mobs. Now, there is reasons to farm the other maps. Of course, Throne Room has the boss drops. Endless Spires has the Monkey King. However, Tornado Highlands, for me personally, as far as chill farming, has been just exceptional. And I think it's because of the high mob counts. Let's hop on in and check it out. We're going to do a Wave 100 start on Lichen King difficulty, just to show that you can go to Wave 100. We'll go 101, and we're going to go Lichen King, and let's hop on in. Now, obviously, if you were starting this one or grinding for runes, you would want to start on Wave 26. Don't start on Wave 23. If you start on Wave 23, it takes you longer to get all of the mana to get the upgrades, as if you start after, when you're in Endless Mode, you get the Endless Mode scaling. Now, another beautiful thing about this particular run is it takes no runes. You don't need any runes to build this completely chill build. And that's good. Particularly with Act 2 having that buff beam rune drop, you don't want to have, to require a buff beam build or a buff beam rune build to be able to farm that overdrive rune. So no runes required for this build. We're going to start off right here with an Electric Aura and an Ensnare Aura. Then we're going to come right on down to this core right here. And let's see. We can get away with using a 1 DU Reflect Beam here, but you do have ample DU on the map. So with that in mind, I'm just going to go ahead and reflect it up with 2. And then we're going to be using the lovely PDS. So let's go ahead and slap down some Plasma Defense Systems. The placement is not super crucial either. The only thing that you really want to pay attention to is let me look at me upgrading by accident. You want to make sure you have some PDSs placed far enough this way to kill the Copter Ogres. You don't want to have a line of sight issue behind this post. So with that in mind, let's actually go right about here, and we'll go ahead and build them on out. I think we're going to go with, do we want 8? Yeah, let's put 8 of them here. Let's throw 8 of those guys there. We're going to throw a regular old buff beam across it. And actually, I want to give a little bit extra room on that buff beam. Let's go ahead and start it like over here. We'll go to like right about there. And we're putting that extra room in for some spiders. We're going to put a spider right on this side. We're going to put a spider right on this side. And then for cheeky spider placement, number 472 from Aramir, we are going to put a copter killing spider out here on this post. Now, every once in a while, this spider will get hit by a Djinn from this lane. Another thing about this spider, do not upgrade it. If you upgrade it, it's going to have too much power. It's going to kill the Copter Ogres, and the helicopters could land on the spider. If you don't upgrade it, it's just about perfect. The copters fly past the spider before it kills it, and then they drop it down in the bottom there. And then that is going to leave us one more DU left. And another thing about this map is there's only one ogre per lane, or per wave, and the ogre always comes from this lane. So with that in mind, this ogre has got a long walk to get all the way up and all the way around before he can cause any damage, meaning ogres are kind of just trivial on the map, making it another great reason to farm this one. Now, of course, we're going to use a striking gemstone and a speedy gemstone sitting on this Aura stack. That way we get map-wide coverage. However, let's spam all these upgrades. And did I get the buff beam? I did get the buff beam. I'm just going to kind of spam from this spot right here, just to make sure we get it all in there. Takes a little while to spend 50,000 mana with upgrades, that is for certain, but we will get it here. We will get it. Just about there. Looks like we're over to the ensnares and spiders now. Did I get everything? Yeah, huh? I guess we got it all. So yeah, anyway, we're using that speedy gemstone and a striking gemstone parked on top of the auras. Always in overlord mode. The reason being is you don't want Siren attacking you or casting on you, and you don't want Dark Elf warriors mobbing you. If you're in overlord mode, you don't have that problem to worry about. And then, like true fashion for a Netflix and chill build, we are just going to chillax it out. So just going to sit here in overlord mode and spam our flash buff that we got from act number 1. So flash buff, good stuff. You know, it's debatable its power level compared to particularly like an apprentice overcharge buff, but you get so much quality of life by being able to sit here in overlord mode, not have any sirens casting on you and your towers, and additionally not having Dark Elf warriors mob you. So that is normally going to be how most of survival runs end. You see the spider that's to the top side of the screen is throwing into that post quite a bit. That spider is not there for that lane, so even though some shots are fired into the post, I wouldn't sweat that too much. And we take a look at our little sketchy placement spider out there in the middle of nowhere. He is just chillaxing it out. I actually didn't look at the copters to see that spider's glory, but it is quite wonderful, no doubt. Now, with that in mind, also, you don't need to use a spider out there, so if for some reason they make it so you can't build on that, it's just kind of a fun, cheeky little placement to throw a spider out to completely handle all those copter ogres. But yeah, it holds strong. With just the one ogre, you only have to worry about the one reflect beam on your tower stack, as of course a kobold would be what would be your end. However, no worries there, since the ogre has such a long way to walk, and additionally is blocked, line of sight blocked by this huge column, and then that reflect beam. So, good stuff on this one. 2,300 mobs. You play this map in a group. If you got a group of friends that want to chillax it out and Netflix it out a little as well, you can have a movie watching party, because you're going to have over 3,000 mobs per lane, or per wave. 3,000 mobs per wave is some good rune farming. That is for darn sure. We got another 600 left. This map, I've come to love it with the addition of runes. Now, another important thing, of course, you always want to maximize your grind and make sure you're getting more than one thing out of a run. Of course, for this run, we are specifically farming for runes. However, remember, we are also going to be getting a pair of fusion guard boots every 5 waves. So the fusion guard boots can be hard to come by depending on how much you farm this map on mix mode. And although the highest quality gear would be on mix mode as far as max rolls go, you can still find some pretty darn good Arcanist boots on this map here, without a doubt. So, Lichen King difficulty for the maximum rune chance. We got tons and tons of mob kills per hour. And this, for me, was my go-to Act 2 rune farm. After I tried all the other maps, and after I got done grinding it out on mixed mode, and I just wanted to chill for a while, this was my destination. And it allowed me to get all of the remaining runes from Act 2 right here. But that will do it for now. Thanks an absolute ton for watching, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.